Quincy Promes, former Netherlands international, of course, and former Ajax as well. We're just learning now that he's been jailed for 6 years. It's after being convicted.
A few years back, Dutch footballer Quincy Promes lit up the Euros 2020 and was linked to a move with Manchester United. Currently, he is in Dubai, waiting to be extradited back to his country for a stabbing case and drug smuggling charges, playing for Dubai United. Born January 4th in Amsterdam, Netherlands, in his youth career starts playing for local clubs before joining Ajax's youth academy, a powerhouse for developing talent. At 16, he was released by Ajax due to behavioural issues on and off the pitch, a moment he describes as the worst day of my career. My world collapsed.
It's a big step backwards, bro. When you go from Ajax Academy to Haarlem, it's a real slap in the face. Like, you really get humbled. You go from a minivan with a driver, with your boys, with sandwich in the bus, everything, to have to go on the train on time. So after school, I have to run to the train station, be on time on the train. No money to pay the train ticket, so we are finding our way in the train to go training. And the trainings there were in the evening. I'm 16 years and I have to go back from Haarlem back to Amsterdam with the train, and that every day, like day in, day out, no days off, just to keep that little hope that I could make it still, because usually when you come from Ajax, other teams will take you. You know, like other good teams, like you have the Ajax academy in your blood. You can go to a PSV or AZ or Utrecht. You will find your way. But because the reason they kicked me out, I think, was, you know, they gonna call Ajax like, how is this boy?
Yeah, they asked for reference.
Yeah.
But he still had a breakthrough 3 years later at another club, making his professional debut and showcasing his flair as a winger/forward. In 2014, he signs for Spartak Moscow in Russia for 11.5 million euros, making his first big move abroad and earning his first senior cap for Netherlands. 2016 to 17, he becomes a key player for Spartak, winning the Russian Premier League title in 2017, named Footballer of the Year in Russia and a top goal scorer with 66 goals in 135 appearances during his first stint. 2018, he gets a move to Sevilla in Spain for 20 million euros, but struggles to replicate his Russian form. It was between 2018 to 19 that the Dutch police received tip-offs about Promes' ties to Amsterdam's criminal underworld, including connections to rapper Joey, AK, and Jason L's half-brother, linked to gun crime and cocaine trafficking. It's worth noting that he's actually a rapper himself. If you check out his TikTok, he's been dropping numerous tracks out from Dubai now, and even players like Rafael Leao have been reacting to his new music that he's promoting. Investigation Porto begins, focusing on his alleged role in the cocaine trade. In July 2020, Promes allegedly stabs his cousin in the leg at a party in Netherlands over a dispute involving a stolen necklace. Intercepted phone calls reveal Promes saying, "I didn't aim at his leg, all I wanted to do was put it in his neck. Next time he'll be getting bullet." December 2020, he's arrested in Amsterdam for the stabbing incident but released pending trial. It seems they'd probably regret doing this because he would avoid coming back to the Netherlands at all costs, knowing he has these pending charges. By February 2021, he leaves Ajax and returns to Spartak Moscow, avoiding Dutch court appearances for the stabbing case. Russia's lack of extradition treaty with the Netherlands allows him to continue his career. Many times we talk about extradition treaties on this channel, a lot of people don't even know what it means. It's basically just two countries having a relationship that someone committed a crime in your country and they've now fled and avoided the case and ruined your country. They will assist with bringing them back to face justice. Things would get worse. It seems right now Netherlands was still on his side because he was going to play for them. He even plays for Netherlands at the Euros 2020 for his last international appearance before getting excluded by coach Louis van Gaal due to legal issues. In 2022, he becomes the highest scoring foreigner in Russian football history. Wins the Russian Premier League Player of the Month in August. May 2023, Dutch prosecutors announced charges for Promes involving smuggling 1.3 kg of cocaine through the country in 2020, hidden in sea salt shipments from Brazil. It's wild that he was even accused of this. This guy was once earning 3 million euros as a footballer in the heights of his career, and obviously had various different incomes around that as well. Why would he need to smuggle stuff into the country? Was this greed, or was it just untrue? It was a massive operation as well. The Dutch prosecutors had said Promes had a role in a 75 million euros operation. Apparently the drugs hidden in them containers were linked to Promes as well. The shipments from Brazil were caught through phone taps and chat messages showing direct involvement in the import, export and transport and the sale of cocaine. Police intercepted communications and intelligence indicating Promes used the crypto phones and invested 200,000 euros in the drug trade. Prosecutors criticised him for normalising and romanticising the cocaine trade, noting his lack of remorse and absence from court hearings. In June, he was also also convicted for the aggravated assault stabbing his cousin and sentenced to 18 months in prison and appeals the verdict. During 2024, Promes travels to Dubai for a mid-season training camp with his Russian team. He is convicted in the Netherlands for cocaine trafficking and sentenced to 6 years in prison. Dutch prosecutors seized 9 of his properties in the country in all different parts. He is then arrested in Dubai's international airport for leaving the scene of a hit-and-run accident and released the next day but ordered to remain in the UAE pending a court date. In March, he was fined for the hit-and-run and rearrested the same day after Netherlands issued a red notice via Interpol for his drug trafficking and assault convictions. He is released again on conditions to stay in the UAE while extradition is negotiated. But he actually posted a blue cap emoji on Instagram under a post about his detention, suggesting he's not in any trouble. The same year his contract expired with the Russian club Spartak Moscow. A few months later, he signs a 1-year deal with the UAE's first division league club Dubai United, resuming his career despite pending extradition proceedings, and appealing both Dutch convictions, 18 months for assault and 6 years for drug trafficking. The UAE and Netherlands extradition treaty, signed in 2021, is looming over his head, but no extradition has been enforced yet. It come out also he is converted to Islam as he awaits this ongoing legal situation. This guy has got the image of being a gangster footballer, even with rappers in the UK, Booter B, Digger D and PS Hit Squad dropping a track called Quincy Promes. As for his football career right now, people have been making tons of jokes, saying that Dubai may want to keep him over there and not let him back to the Netherlands because of how well he's been performing in that league. The question is, will he stay avoiding the Netherlands for good now and never go back to his home country? It was said runaway drug trafficker and convict Quincy Promes is one of the potential names to look out for. Apparently, a club abroad in Iran is considering signing him as they do not have an extradition treaty with the Netherlands. Currently lives in Dubai, and if he's able to get over there, then he could stay there without facing justice in the Netherlands and possibly play for one of their football teams. We have seen so many times across the years with rappers, which he is actually trying to be himself now, a rapper, and fit that image, that they risk their freedom already when they're rich. He was putting in 200,000 euros to get probably a couple million back. But that's the thing, when you see taste of big money, you get addicted to it. It said on this tweet, Quincy Promes faces 9 years unconditional prison sentence over his role of importing kilos of cocaine. What a fall from grace. He could just pursued his football career and never got involved in any of it. A crazier drug story is the Daniel Kinahan situation, a man who tried to take over boxing. That's my last video, make sure you guys check that out. They're trying to get him extradited as well.